This woman has never used a chemical peel, never spent $200 on a luxury anti-aging serum. Yet, her skin is tighter, clearer, and more resilient than most women half her age. She knows a handful of secrets that modern beauty companies spend billions of dollars trying to make you forget. I'm going to show you every one of them, but I'm saving the exact step-by-step routine, the one she does every single night, for the very end of this video. And partway through, I'm going to show you a woman who's real, verified, and over 100 years old, whose life alone should make you question everything you think you know about aging skin. Stick around, because by the time this video is over, you're going to realize everything you've been told about aging is completely backwards. But first, let's talk about your tap water. Every single morning you wash your face with water that has been chemically treated, heavily filtered, and pumped through miles of rusted metal pipes. Your city water is stripping away your face's natural protective oils. And then you compound the damage. What's the second mistake? That squeaky clean feeling you get from foaming cleansers. It's actually microscopic tears in your skin's armor. This is how the foaming cleansers really damage your skin. The aggressive bubbles, they dissolve the protective sebum layer meant to lock in your moisture. The loss of those core lipids, it leads to a very high amount of water loss from your skin. It also disrupts the skin's natural pH balance. And now, because the skin is overly dehydrated, the skin naturally overcompensates by pumping out more oil, worsening your breakouts. That squeaky clean tightness, it often signals micro damage, stinging, flaking, and redness to the skin. Now we're getting close to the first major piece of the mountain framework. But before we talk about what goes on the skin, we have to look at how these communities wash completely without soap, using a method that changes everything. And in a few minutes, you're going to meet a woman whose entire life is documented. No theories, no guessing, who's been living this framework for over a century. Mountain women figured out centuries ago that you don't fight oil with soap. You balance oil with oil. Instead of lathering, many use a technique called oil cleansing. A spoonful of rendered tallow or lard, massaged in and wiped away with a hot cloth. It lifts the day's grime without ever touching the skin's actual barrier. This works because tallow, it closely matches your skin oils already, and it can deeply go into the skin layers, which helps to deeply moisturize and help to draw out all the impurities at the same time. And they wash with ice-cold, mineral-rich snow melt, and those minerals preserve the skin's natural shield. Now, if you want to build that kind of deep internal resilience without living on a snowy peak, you need the right baseline. And that's why I put together the complete castor oil resource for women over 35. The link's pinned in the comments. Quick question: why doesn't the wind up there wreck their skin the way one afternoon at the beach wrecks yours? Dermatologists warn you that cold air causes rapid aging, but mountain women use the harsh elements to their advantage, training the skin to hold onto moisture through natural lanolin, which is the waxy substance sheep produce to stay waterproof in the snow. In high altitude communities, women don't reach for lightweight lotions that evaporate in 20 minutes. They rely on thick, deeply penetrating plant oils. And I want to show you proof that this way of living actually works. It's not a theory, not a folk tale, a real documented case. Her name is Apaweng. She lives in Basilan, a village so remote in the mountains of northern Philippines that reaching it still takes a better part of a day, even now. She was born in 1917. She spent essentially her entire life at altitude, working outdoors, in a farming community, with no access to modern skincare, no dermatologist, no serum aisle. In 2023, at the age of 106, she became the oldest cover model in the history of Vogue magazine. Not for a skincare campaign, but because people could not stop looking at her presence, at what over a century of that mountain life had actually done to her. Now, I want to be straight with you. Nobody has published her personal skincare routine. That's not the claim I'm making. What is documented, verified on the record, is a life that produced her decades of the exact conditions we've been talking about. Altitude, cold, hard water, simplicity, and a woman who at over 100 years old is still living proof that this environment does something modern city life doesn't. Apoeng didn't survive a century in the high altitude sun by accident. Her skin adapted because her village lifestyle, it allowed her to naturally get what the environment had to offer. And you don't have to live in the mountains to get it. You can try this. The first step of the actual protocol, the steam. Before any oil goes on their face, mountain women open the pores first using a method that costs nothing. Once a week, dried chamomile, yarrow, or calendula gets simmered in water. The calendula can help soothe the dry skin. It can also help repair minor blemishes and scars and a little bit of moisture. If you like yarrow, this one acts as a natural astringent and tones up your skin. It also can help calm oily or problem areas, and it helps to clear the pores. Chamomile is good for reducing puffiness and redness and relieves sensitive or itchy skin. And the face is held over the rising steam under a towel. And I'll share with you why this is so important when we get to the exact routine at the end of this video. Now you might be thinking about the whole collagen push. How does that fit into the mountain woman's lifestyle? Surely they need collagen creams to avoid wrinkles. The beauty industry, it wants you to believe that collagen molecules in a jar can sink into your face and smooth out your wrinkles. The molecules are simply too large. Instead of buying fake collagen, mountain women protect the collagen their body already makes using a barrier method and feed it from the inside with bone broth. Bone broth that has been simmered for a full day, providing the exact building blocks modern brands sell in a tiny jar for $80. Skin health doesn't just start on the surface. It starts with what you digest and how you seal your environment. Indoor central heating, it pulls moisture straight out of your skin cells hour after hour. Mountain women solve this with a heavy botanical balm left in a tin by the wash basin. Beeswax, rendered tallow, and castor oil melted together to trap moisture all night. But surface protection requires the right internal foundation, plus one secret weapon you probably already have in your pantry. If your diet is stripped of healthy fats, raw dairy, rendered animal fat, and wild honey, no cream on earth is going to save your glow. And speaking of honey, it isn't just something mountain women eat. It's something they wear. Raw honey, it naturally draws moisture towards itself. Used as a quick mask right before the evening oil, it primes the skin to lock in hydration. So why does city skin end up looking dull and papery, while high altitude skin looks dense and full? It comes down to one specific nightly sequence: steam, honey, oil, balm. Done in that exact order, every single night without fail. We are at the final step. Let's put the whole ritual together. Here's a full routine, start to finish. First, a few minutes of herbal steam to open the skin. Then a thin layer of raw honey, left on just long enough to feel tacky. Rinse with cool water. Then, while the skin is still damp, a few drops of warm castor oil, sometimes cut with rosehip, pressed, never rubbed, into the face. And last, in the coldest months, a small amount of tallow, castor oil, and beeswax balm sealed over the top before bed.